Hello, everybody. I am going to go over the specking part now of this project in terms of getting your Illustrator sketch into the form and then how to add in the arrows. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about was what to do if you have a problem with your formatting in the typing in. You can take a look at what I've done here. So let me go down to the bottom to see if you're doing it right. Just compare, your measurements and the information that I have here. Of course, you're going to put your own information, but you can kind of see what I've included. It's not an exhaustive list, but it's pretty close. So I found out at the very bottom, there's a couple places I found out that I have something odd going on here, and this happens all the time in Excel, is that the formatting can go wrong. So it's reading it as a month instead of an actual number. There's several ways to change it, but the easiest way is to just right-click on that cell and format cells. And it's going to come up with several options. There's general, there's number. So if it's a number, a date specifically. So this one is on date right now, and I want it to be on number. And say OK. The other thing that it's doing here, format cells, is that it's adding in a lot of decimal places. I actually don't want any decimal. Here, I'm in the wrong thing. I want a fraction. Okay, so let's see if that works. Still is weird. Oh, it didn't translate it correctly. So I wrote down the number just in case this happened. So anyway, now it's reading it correctly because it turned it into a date, and now it's trying to, then the cell is trying to read the date as a fraction. So it's, it's like not speaking the same language. Okay, the other thing is that I'm looking for accuracy here in your typing. It matters. It matters a lot. Make sure you don't have typos in there. And then in terms of formatting, you want everything to be sort of justified over to the side. You want everything to be the same font and the same size. So this one is an odd size here. So I can just change that. I have done this a couple times already today. It should be 10, I think. Compare it to the other ones. Yeah, 10. And then you can see they're kind of wiggly all over the place. Some are on one side of the cell, some are on the other. So you can highlight the whole cell and have it go in one place, whatever you like. It doesn't matter to me, just nice and even and the same going all the way through. Look, I put an inch in there, and remember, I don't want any inches. I just did that. This is an example of I just plunked in this the gene copy here, and as it says on this little note here, no POM placements on these sketches. So again, this is just a reference, making sure that you're working on the right, you're referencing the right item in this spreadsheet, so you're not working on bathing suits when you're supposed to be working on jeans. And I'm going to go over the format of getting how you can get this in here. Let me think if there's anything else. So we went over formatting. I did the bar tack one. And then the last thing that I want to just go over is these little notes that I mentioned in class, and I couldn't find it at the time. So they are called notes, and the little red thing shows that you have one in there. These are actually on off right now. So if you want to delete it, you can. You just have to go in and delete note. I certainly don't want to see these on your homework. But if you're not hovering over it, it shouldn't show. If you want to have them stay there while you're working so you can actually read it, go to show. So you go to the little red arrow, right click. I can't get it now. There, I can actually go on the sticky note. And now it's not there. Try that again. There it is. All these different symbols. So that was the little X that worked. So you can show your notes format cells. It's not actually the right one. Still not the right one. Format cells, new note, new comment. Format. Show hide note. Okay, so I clicked on the right one this time. So I can have it show hide, and that will hide it while you're working. Okay, so the next thing is to make sure that your Illustrator sketch is in the right, saved as the right kind of file so that you can actually get it in here. See how much time I have. So I'm going to go into Illustrator, and hopefully you can see that. What you want to do is, once you have your sketch all done, which I realized that I didn't get my rivets in here, you're going to go save, I think export, actually. Export as. And I just did it as a PNG, and that worked fine. PNG and do export. I already have it done. And it'll look, what it's going to do is have a clear background. Say okay. And then just like a Word document, once you've got it in your saved as a PNG, insert illustrations pictures from this device, find it, have it in here, and then insert. And then remember that you're just going to have to scale it down. So just pull one of those handles. So I only have a few seconds left here, but I think, I'm not sure. When you get into these, how you're going to do this, my front view is right next door to the, this is the spec page. The next one is the POM. And so that one is just going to get put in there. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller so I can see it. Now you're going to want these to be pretty big. I'm going to say like that, big. Okay, so you're going to have a front and a back, and then your details. So I will stop there for now. I guess I can also actually, before I stop, you're going to use these same sketches for the other parts of your tech pack. So once you have your pieces, you can just put them into the other parts. I don't know if I can copy, just put it in there. No. In the same way. So insert illustrations, pictures, this device, and get your other one in there. Okay, now these front ones are going to be really small, just so that you can see what you're talking about in this tech pack. So one front, one back. Okay, so that's where I'll stop on this one. And then I'll talk about how to get the arrows, how to do the arrows and the numbers in the next one.